Hello, I'm Pierre Meyers. I'm part of the software experts community at Orange. I'm a developer and I've been working for a while on the logs topic. I would like to share with you some valuable stuff of my own experience. Well, today I will show you in this video, I will introduce you with Woofer. Woofer, that is an open source project that is available on GitHub. Basically, it's a showcase application aimed at demonstrating logging recommendations, best practices, and tools in a microservices architecture. And Woofer is developed in Java Spring Boot. What will you learn today in this video? So yeah, I will tell you a bit more about Woofer. I will show you how to use the application. I will also show you how to run it on your own computer. And I will give you a quick overview of the Woofer's website. Basically, the prerequisites for understanding this video is to have some minimal Java, Spring, and Spring Boot minimal background. And well, just be curious because you will understand quickly that Woofer is mainly about how to improve your logging system. So you just have to ask yourself. Let's go. So I've just cloned the repository on GitHub. By the way, I will just show you the GitHub homepage of the project, and you will find the link below the video. So what's in there? Woofer is a Maven project, is a Maven multi-module project. So the first thing to do is probably to build it, Maven install. All right, that should be quite quick. And then when this is done, I will start 4 Java Spring Boot microservice applications one by one. The first one will be service registry, which is a basic Eureka server if you know a bit about Spring Boot. And that is the technical component in charge of registering all the services in a microservice architecture. And then I will start 3 other services that I will tell you about later on. All right. So yeah, I open several windows. So let's go to the service registry, and then to run the service, just Maven Spring Boot run. No profile, nothing. By default, it will run as is with a minimal configuration with the local in-memory database, which is H2. Okay, so the service registry is up and running. Fine. Now I will start the notifier. Okay. The next service I will start will be the backend system. So that this is the service that exposes all the APIs and implements all the business logic about Woofer. Okay. And the next one will be the web front, which is the front end. Okay. So you can see that all the services are starting and running in parallel. This is no problem with Spring Boot and microservices architecture. We're still waiting for the front. Yeah, the front is up and running. So all the services are now up and running. Now we will, well, have a look at this famous application. So by default, Woofer will be running on port 8080. Okay, here we go. So this is the home page. What is Woofer about? Basically, Woofer is mainly, as I told you before, is mainly a showcase application that is aimed at demonstrating logging best practices, recommendations, and tools in a microservices architecture. But functionally, Woofer is also an application that is meant to be a basic clone of Twitter. So as a user, you will be able to create your own account, to sign in, to log in. You will be able to register to other users' posts that are called woofs. Have a look at the logo. This is a barking dog. So basically, if you send a minimal message, if you post a message, that's called a woof. And on your wall, you will see at any time all the woofs from all the users you are registered to. By default, the database is also pre-provisioned with some users, and even unauthenticated, you still have access to existing users. Okay, so which users do we have? Okay, Al Pacino, Ben Affleck, Brad Pitt, many movie stars. Fine. So even as a guest, even not authenticated, I can still navigate on in Woofer. So let's have a look, for instance, at Harrison Ford. I can see here that Harrison Ford has posted a woof. Hi, this is Harrison, and he's followed by George Clooney, Ben Affleck, Jack Nicholson, and he's following Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, and that's it. Let's come back to the home page, the page where I can log in. Okay, so for instance, if I want to log in as, I don't know, let's say Brad Pitt. So the login is bpitt, and I have to say that the password for all the users is always the same. It's just user. Pretty straightforward. By the way, just pay attention about this I sign. You will have some of those I signs in some pages of Woofer, and that gives you some hints about using Woofer. Okay, so I will pretend I'm Brad Pitt, Pitt, and the password is, as I told you, user. Being I'm logged in, I'm Brad Pitt, and I can post some moves, and I will post some very interesting message. Hi guys, how how are you today? Okay, and I woof. Fine. Okay, and if I go to my home page, I'm yeah, no, sorry. If I go to the users page, then yeah, you can see that there is this new column that has appeared, subscription, so I can manage also my subscriptions. So for instance, if I don't like any more woofs from Dustin Hoffman, I can simply unsubscribe. And I will also subscribe to woofs from Johnny Depp. Fine. If I come back to my home page now, you can see that I can see very interesting Johnny Depp's whoops. Well, that's it about Woofer. So don't forget the functionalities are quite minimal, but the very goal of Woofer is not to compete with Twitter, obviously, but it's just a basic playground for you to play with logs, uh, both technically in the code in Java, but also with tools such as Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, and there will be other videos about this topic. Before stopping this video, I will just show you a bit about the website. So on the GitHub page, you have a link, yeah, to the Woofer documentation site. So this is hosted on GitHub pages, and this site explains a bit more about Woofer, pretty much what I did, plus some in-depth details. There is a section about Spring Boot that um, that lists all the Spring Boot features that have been used in this demo application. Why? And it also tells you a bit more about the microservices architecture and what every service is meant to be, is supposed to be, and to do. And then there is also a logging section with first an article which is a complete recommendation article that has been written by colleagues of mine and myself, and then code which gives you yeah, well, a deeper look into the code, and that explains very precisely every bit of code and magic that has been implemented in Woofer. But well, enough blah blah. I will come back later on those aspects on another video. Thank you guys for attending, and well, see you soon.